Today our topic is how to avoid emotional reactivity with Stoicism. Life is full of moments that test our emotions. Someone says something hurtful, things don't go as planned, or we face challenges that feel overwhelming. In these moments, it's easy to react emotionally. Anger, frustration, sadness, or even fear can take over. But what if there was a way to handle these situations calmly, without letting emotions control you? This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to stay calm and rational, even in difficult situations. It's not about ignoring emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about understanding them and choosing how to respond. Let's explore how Stoicism can help us avoid emotional reactivity and live a more peaceful life. First, it's important to understand what emotional reactivity is. Emotional reactivity is when we react to something immediately, without thinking. For example, if someone criticizes you, you might feel hurt and lash out in anger. This is a natural response, but it's not always helpful. Emotional reactions can lead to arguments, misunderstandings, and regret. Stoicism teaches us to pause before reacting. Instead of letting emotions take control, we can take a step back and think about what's really happening. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging how you feel, but not letting those feelings dictate your actions. One of the key ideas in Stoicism is that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. This is a powerful concept because it shifts the focus from external events to our internal state. For example, if someone says something rude to you, you can't control their words or actions, but you can control how you react. You can choose to stay calm and not let their words upset you. This doesn't mean you have to agree with them or ignore the situation. It simply means you don't let their behavior control your emotions. This is easier said than done, of course, but with practice it becomes more natural. Another important Stoic principle is the idea of perspective. Often, we react emotionally because we see things in a certain way. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, you might feel frustrated and stressed. But if you change your perspective, you might see it as an opportunity to listen to music or think about something important. Stoicism teaches us to look at situations from different angles. When something bothers you, ask yourself, is this really as bad as I think? Is there another way to see this? By shifting your perspective, you can reduce emotional reactivity and find more peace. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control. Many things in life are beyond our control: other people's opinions, the weather, or unexpected events. When we focus on these things, we often feel stressed and helpless. But when we focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we feel more empowered. For example, if you're worried about a presentation at work, you can't control how others will react or whether everything will go perfectly. But you can control how much you prepare, how you present yourself, and how you handle mistakes. By focusing on what you can control, you reduce anxiety and emotional reactivity. One practical Stoic exercise is called Premeditatio Malorum, which means premeditation of evils. This might sound negative, but it's actually a very useful tool. The idea is to imagine the worst-case scenario and think about how you would handle it. For example, if you're worried about losing your job, imagine what you would do if it actually happened. How would you cope? What steps would you take? By preparing for the worst, you reduce the fear and anxiety that come with uncertainty. This doesn't mean you expect bad things to happen, but it helps you feel more prepared and less reactive if they do. Another Stoic practice is mindfulness, or being present in the moment. Emotional reactivity often comes from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When you're fully present, you're less likely to get caught up in negative emotions. For example, if you're having a disagreement with someone, focus on the conversation itself rather than thinking about what they said earlier or what might happen later. By staying present, you can respond more calmly and rationally. Mindfulness takes practice, but it's a powerful way to reduce emotional reactivity. Stoicism also teaches us to accept things as they are. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing that some things are beyond our control and that resisting them only causes more pain. For example, if you're stuck in a long line, getting angry won't make the line move faster. Accepting the situation allows you to stay calm and use the time productively. Acceptance is not about liking everything that happens, but about finding peace in the midst of life's challenges. Another important aspect of Stoicism is self-discipline. Emotional reactivity often comes from habits reacting in the same way over and over without thinking. Self-discipline means breaking these habits and choosing a different response. For example, if you tend to get angry when someone interrupts you, practice staying calm instead. This takes effort and self-control, but over time, it becomes easier. Self-discipline also means being aware of your triggers, the things that usually make you react emotionally. By recognizing these triggers, you can prepare yourself and respond more thoughtfully. Stoicism also encourages us to reflect on our actions and emotions. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to think about how you reacted to different situations. Were there moments when you let emotions take over? How could you have handled things differently? This reflection helps you learn from your experiences and improve over time. It's not about being perfect, but about growing and becoming more aware of your emotional patterns. Finally, Stoicism reminds us that we are part of something bigger. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature and the universe. This perspective helps us see our problems as small in the grand scheme of things. When you feel overwhelmed by emotions, remind yourself of the bigger picture. Life is full of ups and downs, and challenges are a natural part of it. By seeing yourself as part of a larger whole, you can find peace and resilience. In conclusion, Stoicism offers powerful tools for avoiding emotional reactivity. By pausing before reacting, shifting your perspective, focusing on what you can control, and practicing mindfulness and self-discipline, you can handle life's challenges with calm and clarity. Stoicism is not about denying emotions or avoiding difficulties. It's about understanding yourself, accepting what you can't change, and choosing how to respond. Life will always have its ups and downs, but with Stoic principles you can navigate them with grace and strength. Remember, you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And that makes all the difference.